Lights, camera, action. Hello. Thank you for clicking onto this little video. This is a reflection on the Gospel for this Sunday from St. Matthew, which this week is the story of the feeding of the 5,000. There is this cosmic generosity, this limitless compassion that upholds all things, that is present in all places, and it means there is ultimately no need to be afraid or selfish. Peace of Christ be with you. So there he is, the beginning of this passage, on his own, rowing in a boat. We've all done it. Got in a car and just driven somewhere, walked out to a nearby park, got on a night bus to anywhere. Something is overwhelming you and you just need to be someplace else. In our Gospel reading, Jesus hears that his cousin and dear friend John the Baptist has been murdered by Herod. He knows that his name is next on the list, and everyone is needing Jesus, wanting him, but he just needs, right now, to be on his own. So, in today's Gospel, there is Jesus on his own in a boat, rowing. Maybe he needs to be alone because he feels in that moment so alone. God became incarnate in Jesus to make moments like that, every moment like that, every single one of them throughout history, his own. When you are in that boat, or car, or park, or bus, God knows. The ever-present Christ is right there beside you. In our Gospel, word gets round about where Jesus has gone, and the crowds come rowing and running after him. And they find him, and Jesus is overwhelmed with compassion for them. It flows out of him. He is grieving and hurting and needing, and so are they. And so there in the wilderness by the sea, humanity and divinity come together. Jesus blesses them, heals them, touches them. His presence is life-giving. Now the crowd have followed Jesus into a desert, a barren place. At the end of the day, the disciples say to Jesus, "Look, you'd better send them away. They need food." Jesus says to them, "No, you feed them." "But what do we have? We have so little. How can we feed so many?" When I was a student, one of the local Catholic sisters came to talk to us about her work in the slums and favelas of Santiago in Chile in the early 1970s. Yeah, Chile, early 1970s. Now, this was a terribly middle-class English sister, and she'd ended up being arrested by General Pinochet's police for subversive activities. How had this happened? Well, one day a priest came to see her and her community and asked if he could show the sisters a different side of life. This priest took them all around the shanty towns, all around the parts of the city where people were poor and homeless and hungry. It shocked them. It shocked this sister. "It's appalling," she said. "Yes," said the priest, "it is. Now, what are you going to do about it?" "What can we do about it? We have no money, no power. We are just a community of sisters." "Start small," said the priest, "and just see how far it goes." So began this sister's journey to caring for the poor and causing all sorts of trouble for the rich and people who were just fine with a world of shanty towns and hungry children. What can we do about it? Start small and just see how far it goes. Send them away, says Jesus. No, you feed them. But what do we have? We're poor fishermen. We have so little. But you have a few fish and loaves of bread. Yeah, but well, let's thank God for that and start with that. We'll share what we have because there is no life without sharing. We'll start small and see just how far it goes. It turns out there is enough food for everyone. 12 baskets left over. 12? How many tribes made up the nation of Israel? 12. It turns out there is and always was enough in this nation for no one to be hungry. The researcher Lynn Twist writes about the toxic myth of scarcity in our world. The misinformation that governments and leaders get us to believe that says, well, the planet might be dying, there might be families worried about eviction, there might be homeless people and hungry children, but what can you do? Resources are scarce and there's no magic money tree. The same leaders, of course, will find a whole magic forest when it comes to bailing out the banks or spending on the projects that they care about. The scarcity myth. It's a lie that tells us there's not enough to go round. It has one purpose: to justify not sharing our national wealth. There's no evidence that together we can't meet human needs. Against the scarcity myth, Jesus invites us to see the generous truth. Look at the lilies of the field, the birds in the air, the sheer cosmic generosity in our world. The problem is not scarcity, but a mindset and a system that rewards greed and encourages us to be afraid and selfish. To be in the presence of Jesus is to be nourished, is to be energized, is to start to see things differently, to start believing that you matter, that there's no need ultimately to be afraid, and that no matter how small or insignificant you feel, you have power to be a life-giving difference in this world. You feed them, says Jesus. The feeding of the 5,000. There's no getting away from it. It reveals a miracle. It can't be tidied up or symbolized away. There is a supernatural miracle at the heart of this story, but then there's a supernatural miracle at the heart of the universe, behind every story, upholding all creation at every moment. What is the basic prime reality from which everything flows, upon which everything rests? Is it nothing? Ontological nothingness, like nothing made everything, that nothing sustains everything? No. Every heartbeat, every moment rests upon this almighty compassion that sustains all things, upholds all things, fills all things, and it is generous and life-giving, and it overflows, and it means that even in the lonely wilderness places, there is no reason ultimately to be afraid or selfish.